Santri putra, santri putri. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Allahumma shalli wa sallim ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali sayyidina Muhammad. Shallu ala nabi Muhammad. Okay, the Honorable K. Syamsul Ma'ari Mujiharto, as the head of Abdul Jalil Sibawa Foundation, the Honorable Bapak Ibu educators, Musyrif Musyrifah, Mbak-mbak and Kangkan Sanwa, santri mahasiswa Ma'had Afkaaruna, and also our beloved santri. Please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has given us a lot of ni'mah as well as goodness, happiness, and so on. So tonight we can gather together here in this majlis full of barakah, insyaallah. Amin ya rabbal alamin. And also salawat and salam hopefully to given to our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who has brought us from the darkness to the lightness, from the Jahiliyah era to the Islamiyah era. So now, what is his dream? What is his dream? How to live in Singapore? How to live in what do you want to share? Up to you. You want to share how to live in Ma'had, this Ma'had, or up to you. Okay. So not only Mas Dzuizz want to share something, but also you can share something to Mas Dzuizz. Yeah. So this is active and interactive. And also santri putra, santri putri, alhamdulillah ya Allah, alhamdulillah tonight we can implement again global talk, our agenda, and insyaallah this event, it's global talk event, insyaallah will be the last time before holiday, insyaallah. Hello, semester break. We say semester break. I think enough from me. Thank you so much, and let's join these activities by active, interactive, khusyu, khudu, but enjoy. Okay, are you ready? I want to hear your voice, all of you. Are you ready? Oke, Ibnu IPPNU mantap. Oke. Oke, wallahul muwaffiq ila aqwamit thoriq. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Oke, stop. The last. I will repeat my salam. Because all of you haven't answer my salam. Okay. Wallahul muwaffiq ila aqwamit thoriq. Wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, Pak Abid, for your great speech. Big hand for Pak Abid.
Now we are in the main session of this agenda, that is sharing session. Do you know the special guest for today?
Of course I do.
Who is he?
His name is Ahmad Annajib.
Do you know something about him?
Well, yes, I heard that he's very good at coding, and he's a santri of AGM for more than 2 years, and now he's also studying in NUS High School of Math and Science.
For Mas Dzuizz, the time is yours.
Okay, we will have the different sharing session with the usual that we do.
Here, Buada made some games that Dzuizz and Santri can do it together.
So there's a spin wheel, and there are all of your name in it, and Border will spin it.
So if Buada get your name, you will pick a number inside of the game.
And there will be some question, and you must answer it.
Okay, let's just start it. So here, there are all of your names here. So Buada will spin the wheels. Later if Buada get your name, you will pick a number inside of the game that usually Buada make in English class.
Are you ready? Ready or not, here we go.
For Mbaisa, please pick one number here. Please answer. Huh? Oh yeah. What is your dream? And what do you want to be in the future, Mbaisa?
Hello, my name is Isa.
What is your dream? And what do you want to be in the future?
My dream is become doctor. Eh? My dream is become doctor. What do you want in this? I want to be Chonlo wife. Thank you. Chonlo wife.
Okay, so how about you, Dzuizz? What is your dream and what do you want to be in the future?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. For me, in the future, I would like to be in a profession that obviously includes coding. That's what I love most. But in what region, web programming, app programming, or competitive programming, I am not sure, because the future is very unpredictable. You can never predict what will happen in the future. Like, I know one of my father's friends who wanted to be a scientist. He spent a lot of his time studying physics and science and all those that he thought he could use to become a scientist. But now what he does professionally is art. He draws paintings and sells them for quite high prices. And I think he's very successful, if I'm not wrong. So in the future, hopefully I will be in a profession where I will be able to code all day, build something that could help the community, that helped me develop into who I am today. And yeah, that's what I want to be in the future. But that's not what I will be in the future. Yeah, that's it.
Now it's your turn to pick a number there.
7. Lucky number 7.
What is your tips to learn Arabic and its grammar? Nahu saraf.
Oh, me? Oh, me. I don't think I should be qualified to give this because generally my ukhrawi is not the best. I mean, most people over here have their ukhrawi knowledge is much better. So I think one of their tips should be more appropriate.
Okay. Okay, Mas Kiko, it's your turn to answer. What is your tips to learn Arabic and its grammar? Now who start off?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, my name is Kiko and my tips to learn Arabic and its grammar or Nahwu Sharaf is learn more. I mean like read your book if you have a spare time. Please spend your time to read Nahwu book. And study with Pak Isan. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay. Now Buarda will spin the wheel again. Okay, get ready.
For Mas Wildan, please pick a number.
Number 4.
What do you think is very different in Singapore or Indonesia?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Suldan. So the difference between Singapore and Indonesia is Singapore is very very clean. If Indonesia dirty. No.
Okay. Dzuizz, what do you think? What do you think is very different in Singapore and Indonesia?
What I think is very different in Singapore and Indonesia. When I first reached the Indonesian airport, the first thing I noticed wasn't the baggage at the same time. Yeah, that is the main difference. The first difference I saw. Although in Singapore there are some mosquitoes, but in Indonesia the mosquitoes are harmless, right? To most people, they just bite and they just go away. But in Singapore, mosquitoes are commonly seen as carriers of diseases because most mosquitoes in Singapore aren't the harmless types. They are the ones that carry malaria and dengue. If I'm not wrong, that's what I infer from the posters that they put everywhere. Other than the mosquitoes, the second thing I saw, the second difference I saw, was that Indonesia had a lot of land, a lot of plants, a lot of rice paddies. In Singapore, you cannot see that at all. You don't see. To your right, you don't see rice paddies or anything. To your right, you see a HDB block. To your left, you see a nature reserve, maybe. Because in Singapore, I think it's much more modernized. There's much more concrete all around. But the atmosphere there is very different from Indonesia. And this is another difference. In Indonesia, as I've seen last time when after I left the stadium for the Solawat by Habib Sheikh. I forgot what his name was. I think it was Habib Sheikh, yeah. When I went out, immediately the smoke from the trucks of the main road just entered my lungs. I got suffocated for a second. It was a new experience, right? There's a lot of pollution in the air. Even in common villages in my village in Lamongan, my grandfather smokes a lot, and his friends, they smoke everywhere, which is the replacement, I guess, for cars that pollute the air. And that I don't really like, cause what you smoke, right? When you smoke, it actually damages your lungs, right? Even vaping damages your lungs. But another thing is that the smoke, what's it called? The smoke. Oh yeah, the smoke contains lead. Does it contain now? I don't know. But last time it did used to contain lead, and lead is a very dangerous chemical. It can get stuck in your body, and I don't think it's removable. It's irremovable. So when it's stuck in your body, it's just there, and it can hurt you over time. It can cause permanent damage, and many people have died from lead. Even lead is found in the gas exhaust from cars and vehicles. Yes, those are the differences that I see clearly from Singapore and Indonesia. Oh, the people. Yeah, the people in Indonesia are very kind. Like every person in Indonesia talks to you as if they know you for very long. Like even when you go to warung kopi, for example, you talk to the person who serves the dishes, the food, the meals. You will talk so informally, so casually, that it's like you're talking to your family member, right? So everyone is very kind. I feel like I belong here in Indonesia. It feels like home, other than the pollution and all. Yeah. I think those are the those are the differences that I see.
Please pick a number, Kane.
Number 13, I guess. That's the level I live.
What food would you recommend from the country you live in?
What food will I recommend from the country I live in? I mean, number one, it's going to be my mother's cooking. I don't know. I don't think you can get there anywhere. But my mother's cooking is the number one in the world. It's better than anything else. Thank you. This is directed at my mother. But other than my mother's cooking, I think for me, I really like rice. I really like rice. And some of the rice dishes that I recommend to eat at Singapore are, for example, one example is Hainanese chicken rice, I guess. Yeah, Hainanese chicken rice is nice. Hainanese, I think it's Vietnam, it's from Vietnam, but it's in Singapore. I think a lot of things from Singapore are exported from other countries or imported, is it? Yeah, yes. Just rice and some chicken with the soup. It's very simple but very, very nice. Other than that, okay, so we've talked about rice. Maybe about fast food. Yeah, my brother loves fast food. So about fast food, this is another difference I saw in Indonesia. About fast food, I did not know that KFC and Burger King give rice with chicken. In Singapore, you can't find that. You just chicken. That's all. Yeah. But in terms of fast food in Singapore, I will really recommend what's it called? Jollibee. Yeah, Jollibee. It was from Thailand, actually. Yeah, it was from Thailand. Is there any food that's locally Singaporean? No, I don't think so. It's like people who are Malay, who are Javanese, go to Singapore, claim a plot of land, and they invite some people to live there. So on with the Indians and Chinese. And they call it Singapore, I think. Singapore is a multiracial community. It's very diverse. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, one more time. Who is that? Baila. Okay, Baila. What food would you recommend from the country you live in?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
My name is Ayla, and what food would I recommend from the country you live in? What food? I don't know. I like rendang. Then what? Yeah, done. I like rendang because it's yummy and sometimes it's spicy. I like it. I like spicy.
Okay. So Mbak Ila likes spicy rendang. Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you. Okay, the next one.
For Mas Hasan, please pick a number.
Hello, my name is Mas Hasan. I choose number 6.
What is your favorite activity to do with your family?
If every Sunday, me and my family usually go to go to like jogging in the morning and looking to the rifle. When Sunday morning, me and my father usually walking go to everywhere like rifle, jogging, like jogging. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay. Moving to Mas Dzuizz, what is your favorite activity to do with your family?
What is my favorite activity to do with my family? When the question says my family, if it means the whole family, that is very rare because my mother usually tends to my baby brother's needs and doesn't usually go outside and play some activities with all of us when we are all available. That situation is relatively rare. If I'm not wrong, the only occasion I remember that happened was when I had just gotten my results for NUS High School. I just found out I was confirmed. So my family decided to relax a bit, and my brother wanted us to go down to play badminton together. And it was at that occasion that I found out that my mother is very good at badminton. I don't know where she has gotten her training, but she's very good at badminton. So I play badminton with her, and I play badminton with my father. And my brother, being my brother, he changes the rules to his liking and wins every game. Yes. That's the... I can't remember any other occasion where the whole family played something together. But if, when the question says your family, as in it can leave out a few members, especially my mother, that like very recently when I was going here to Yogyakarta, I was playing Uno with my brother, sister, and my father. Yes, we were playing Uno all wild. Yeah, that it exists. Yeah. So that was one occasion. It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite thing to do, but it's the only activity I can remember doing. Well, yeah. Is there anything? Oh yeah. For me myself, I like chess, and I'll play it online usually. Sometimes with my father, but sometimes it will be like a tournament. Me versus my father, and me versus my brother. Then my brother versus my father. Then my sister joins the tournament, like kind of like the Premier League. Like, what is it called? It's not a tournament. It's a league. Yeah, it's a league. It's not a tournament. And that happens, right? And it's very fun. I get to eliminate my sister very quickly. I don't get to eliminate my brother because he changes the rules and all the time. Yes, he changes the rules all the time, moves his queen to the back rank immediately and checkmate me. But my father, he is a very tough opponent. I've only beaten him 2 times my whole life. Only 2 times. And I haven't tried my grandfather yet, my grandparents. My grandfather, my father, my paternal grandfather, I think, the father of my father, was the one who taught me chess first. And yeah, that's when I started doing chess, the activity that I love. Before coding, of course.
Please pick a number, Ken.
Number 1.
What is your favorite advice from your parents?
What is my favorite advice from my parents? This is a hard question to answer because I get lots of advice from my parents. Most of them being the same. A lot of them. The most common advice, and I think this is my I think this is my favorite. It's not. Yeah, but the most common advice is from my father. Actually, also from my mother. Both of them said this to me. You're good at math, you're good at science, but wait, no, why did I say you're good at math? No, they didn't say that. The advice was, quote unquote, don't rush. Don't rush. Because everybody has weak points. Nobody is good at everything. And I'm good at math and science, but one weakness one obstacle that I'm trying to overcome, still struggling to do so now, is to just stop, calm down, and think. Then I do. Because I tend to be very rushy. I tend to, even in coding, I code too fast, too rushy, in too much of a hurry, such that in every 1 minute, I can write 500 words. But I always have to delete 450 of them. So it's actually much slower than to just do it slow and steadily, right? Making sure that you have caused minimum casualties. You didn't make much mistakes that are major. Yeah, that's one of my favorite advices from my parents.
Bon, Kus.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So my favorite advice from my parent is be yourself and never surrender. Real, that's real. And yeah, maybe there is some more, but I forget. Okay, that's all.
Farah is not here. Okay, Mafi, please pick a number.
10.
What subjects do you have at madrasah?
In madrasah have like subject. Hah? Oh ya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Makfi, and in madrasah have a lot of subject. There is SKI, math, SS, and then civic, science, AA, akidah akhlak, and math, civic, SKI.
The Ukhrawi curriculum. Number one, we have Lugha, which is the Arabic language, the meanings of the words and everything. And along with it, we also have Nahu and Saraf, the grammar, basically, right? And we also have social studies. Social studies, the history of the president of Singapore, the history of the wars of Rasulullah, how Rasulullah spread the message, all those. And the social studies is also referred to as Tarbiyah English in my madrasah. And similar to that, my madrasah has Tarbiyah Arabic, which is same like social studies, same like Tarbiyah English, but more into the religious area, more into the Sahabah, more into the Hadith and the Tawheed and all those. And it's taught in Arabic. That's why it's called Tarbiyah Arabic. Other than that, we have Al-Quran Talaqi and Al-Quran Tahfiz. Al-Quran Talaqi being recitation of Quran Ngaji, which is just reading one juz of Quran every day or week, depending on how much you can handle. Then Al-Quran Tahfiz is memorizing surahs. For example, in primary 1 till primary 3 or 2, I'm not sure, we finished the Juz Amma, I think. Not completely, only the short surahs. And then some other surahs like Surah Al-Mulk, Surah Al-Mutaffifin, Al-Inshiqaq, all those are gone through in the upper primary, the primary 4, 5, 6. And I think that's all for the Ukhrawi part of my madrasah. In terms of the academic curriculum in my madrasah, which every school in Singapore has, plus more because they don't study the Ukhrawi, so they use something else like a CCA, co-curriculum activity, or maybe here it's known as extracurricular activity. I'm not sure, but the main subjects that I learned in every school in Singapore are English, math, science, mother tongue, and maybe physical education also, maybe sports also. Although in my madrasah it stops at primary 6, so primary 6 you have no sports, you have no physical education, just prepare for the national exam. Yes, I think those are all the subjects, if I'm not wrong, in my madrasah.
It's time for you to pick a number, kid.
11. Palindromic.
What you would do to have fun?
What do I do to have fun? What I do to have fun is to, if I have the energy to do it, if I have the brain capacity to do it, then I'll do coding because it gives me the most fun. Competitive programming or web development or app development, depending on what I'm in the mood for. But sometimes I woke up a bit groggy. I wake up a bit groggy some days, and I just don't want to think much. So in those times, I'll do chess. I'll do chess. Chess. I'll fight people globally on chess.com or leadchess.org, and I'll just have fun. Just do chess. And that. But sometimes for some reason, I don't know why, maybe sometimes I just want to get out and touch grass. So sometimes I'll do badminton if I have the equipment, or I will just play soccer with my brother, like that, with a small ball that we have at home. Or I'll just take care of my baby brother. It's very fun watching my baby brother develop and grow and smile and cry and defecates and yeah, he makes me smile. Maybe as much as coding, I'm not sure. I think that's what I do to have fun. Yeah, those are the top activities I do to have fun.
Shiva, what do you do to have fun?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. What do I do to have fun is usually I imagine something like a something that is mystic, and usually I draw it on my behind of my lesson book, and that's usually that I have fun if I have. If I stressful in my lesson, that's all. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Questions for Dzuizz. In your experience, what's your way in cultivating patience and perseverance in learning difficult science like math or code? And will I make question to Dzuizz?
What are my ways? What's my way in cultivating patience and perseverance in learning something difficult? I think if you are, I think I've said this before on my previous session somewhere. If you are burnt out, if you are tired, if you are stressed, just rest. Do what you like most. If you are preparing for an exam and you want to study and then you suddenly feel tired, you're stressed, you're burnt out after studying for so long, just rest. Just stop for a while. 5 minutes wouldn't hurt. It's not like 5 minutes would make you lose the whole exam. That's very unlikely to happen. But I think you should use for studying or for learning something difficult, you should use a learning method that helps you best. I think one of the most common learning methods that many people use to learn something difficult in university or in their school basically it's called the Pomodoro technique. Yeah, it's called the Pomodoro technique. It's basically sit down, set a timer for 25 minutes, turn it on, study as much as you can. When the time runs out, then set a timer for 5 minutes and rest, do what you want, stare on a wall, stare on a white wall. Staring on a white wall actually really helps because it just clears your mind. You don't have to do anything. Just stop thinking, rest, lay down on your bed. And if midway in your studying session, in that 25 minutes, if suddenly you just can't take it, it's just too much, then take another 5 minutes. Take another 5 minutes to rest. Consider it like extra leisure time. But of course, when using any learning method, you have to be disciplined. You can't be like set a timer for 25 minutes. 5 minutes in, oh, I'm so thirsty, I should go out, buy a drink. And after that, I'm going back. 1 minute in, oh, this is too boring, I'm going to do something. And then you end up spending 6 hours on something that doesn't help you for your exam, for example. Yeah, so in learning something difficult, it's just don't forget to rest. It's not don't burn the midnight oil. Just rest, because sleep actually really helps. Resting really helps. It refreshes your brain for very long. And like I said just now, use a learning technique that is suitable for you. For most people, it's the Pomodoro technique. So maybe try that at home, discover other new techniques to learn, and learn what you love. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Dzuizz, for the great answer.
When Manisa, please pick a number.
I choose number 9.
What is the best way to learn math?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nisa, and my best way to learn math is study. Is study and keep practicing. Only that, I think. Nothing. And use your logic. For me, I don't really like to use the formulas and that. I hate it. Okay, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
What do you think, Mas Dzuizz? What is your best way to learn math?
The best way for me to learn math is to just learn the basics. Just learn the basics and then just explore, right? For example, you could go from 1 plus 1 to going into algebra, because 1 plus 1 means that if you multiply each by a, then a plus a is to a, then you get algebra basically. Then multiplication also can be derived by 1 plus 1, and division is basically just like the subtraction of addition. And you can go so far with just that one common axiom, 1 plus 1 equals 2. You can go so far into ax squared plus bx plus c equals to minus b plus minus square root 4ac b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Yeah, so for me, I really love math because there are infinite possibilities. There are infinite possibilities. It's not just formulas, which sadly the Indonesian math system last time was all about memorizing. You memorize the formula, or I think my father explained in history. You memorize that. What year was it? The question will be what year, not like why did he do this, like that. And that's really sad because in the future, I believe that one of the most important skills would be critical thinking, would be thinking out of the box, asking yourself always why did he do this, why does this formula equal that, why does this factorized become that, like that. Because math isn't memorizing, it's remembering the axioms, just the axioms, not the formulas, the axioms, and expanding from those axioms. Those formulas are just a shortcut for people who don't want to spend much time learning how to reach those formulas from the axioms. And I think as you advance through the topics of math, if you just continue learning formulas, that won't be enough, because math questions aren't only just writing equations, finding the answer to this. It's not as simple as what is 1 times 7. It's not as simple as that. It will be a question of finding the intuition, finding the trick into answering that question. And this is what I also love about Math Olympiad, because Math Olympiad isn't like you have 4x squared plus minus 4x plus 1 and then find x, like that. That's a very basic question. That doesn't include thinking at all. You just have to just find the formula, just complete the square, and you get it. But there are questions like, if I draw from here to here, then I draw from here. Can you prove that this condition will always be true? Right? The IMO type of questions where you have to think. You just have to sit for 5 hours, 6 hours, and just think. What can I do here? What was I doing that is wrong? Why can't I get this, like that? And that's one of the reasons I really love math. And back to the question, what is the best way to learn math? I think if you really love math and you explore the diverse methods of learning math and go deeper in the knowledge of math, I think eventually you will find the suitable way for you to learn math if you really love it. Oh yeah, also practice.
Okay, Dzuizz, please pick a number.
16. Next square number.
What do you have for lunch at madrasah?
What do I have for lunch at my madrasah? Well, for my madrasah, for lunch, or as we call it, recess time, break time, the students have two options. Number one, they can buy food from one of 4 stalls in the canteen. That's one option. Then the second option, which I go for, is that they can have bento, as we call it. They can have bento. So they pay for a specific meal that is given every day. Of course, the options are diverse. You can't choose, but everyone who orders it gets the same thing on the same day. And for bento, you submit it in the morning, and once it's your time for lunch, you just take it and have your lunch. And that's what I go for, because you don't have to wait for the queues.
Baisha, what do you have for lunch in madrasah?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ayesha, and what do I have for lunch at madrasah? Well, it's actually it could be anything. Like for example, chicken nuggets, tempeh, or veggies. But mostly, of course, the main thing is rice. And then the food comes from the kitchen, and then all classes get each of their portion. And then, but we all get the same food at the same day. Yeah, I think that's all it. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
So this is the end of our agenda tonight. I'm sorry for any mistake that we have. I think that's all from us. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.